NBC News is reporting that U.S. military plans to scale back its role in Somalia and curtail airstrikes against al-Shabab insurgents. Two senior U.S. officials tell NBC News. Latest signal of U.S. troop cuts worldwide. So, listen, we just covered it not that long ago, but it looks like there was a giant head fake in Afghanistan and Syria, and we're not getting out. So, hold your horses on whether or not to celebrate the Somalia thing. I'll believe it when I see it and we actually draw down. But the reporting is, okay, we're going to draw down there. Now, in the case of Afghanistan, it was a troop cut from 14,000 to 7,000. In the case of Syria, Trump said we were going to immediately get out, but we're not. In fact, he came out after and said, I didn't say we're going to do it fast. And John Bolton is gaslighting us and we're going to stay there. So, proof is in the pudding. We have to see it happen before we can really say it. And also, there's the question of privatization. That's the other thing. Blackwater released a creepy ad saying, we're coming. And, what they're referring to is, we're going to come take over these wars. They're going to privatize them, which is even worse. So, again, hold your horses on any kind of credit. But if the reporting is true, that would be wonderful. So let's see what they say. The U.S. military plans to scale back its role in Somalia and curtail airstrikes against al-Shabab insurgents after having taken out many of the group's senior operatives. Two senior U.S. officials told NBC News. The latest signal that the Trump administration is looking to cut the number of troops deployed around the world. The move reflects an assessment by the administration that while the Shabab insurgency remains a threat to the Somali government and neighboring countries, it does not pose a direct danger to the U.S., current and former officials said. And it follows President Donald Trump's abrupt announcement last month that he had ordered U.S. forces out of Syria and asked for plans to be drawn up for a possible drawdown in Afghanistan. Former officials and counterterrorism experts say if the Trump administration presses ahead with its plan, it could create a dangerous opening for al-Qaeda, ISIS, and other extremists to carve out sanctuaries and launch terrorist attacks against U.S. and Western targets. I mean, come on, that's such bullshit, man. That is such bullshit. Because, okay, so here's my impression of your average American reading this article. U.S. plans to scale back its role in Somalia and curtail airstrikes. Where in Somalia? Guaranteed! That's how most Americans read this. Guaranteed. Notice the framing of everything gives it away. It gives away the premises that they're working under, okay? And this is a clear example of the default is that we're everywhere. Our military is everywhere. So, unbelievable. We're drawing down in Somalia. That's an illegal war! Why are we there? That's an illegal war! And then they admit, experts, if they're being honest, will tell you that they're not going to attack us. Fucking al-Shabab in the middle of Somalia? Really? Like, their number one target is Toledo? Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! But then I love how later on, they have to try to make that case if they want us to stay there. So they're like, oh, did we say that they're not a threat? I mean, former officials and counterterrorism experts say that obviously if we leave, then they're going to attack us from a hub in Somalia. Why do you have to lie? Okay, why? Why do you have to lie? It's one thing to have a disagreement. It's another thing for you to just lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. There is zero intelligence that says, oh, if we get out of Somalia, then obviously they're going to create a hub and use it to attack the United States of America. Not true, you lying scumbags. And NBC just prints their propaganda as if it's like, well, very serious people are saying that this is going to happen. No, they're not. You're just fucking taking as gospel, as apolitical gospel, the words of highly political actors. Of people who, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When all you are is in the military and you're a general, you want to fucking invade everywhere and attack everywhere and act like you're the most important thing and you're needed and you have to go to these places. So enough. We shouldn't have been in there in the first place. There, I said it. Now, does that mean I'm pro al-Shabab? No. I'm totally fine with giving some sort of humanitarian assistance or even some sort of weaponry assistance to the government of Somalia, assuming they're not insanely over-the-top corrupt and they're going to use it for nefarious purposes in their own respect. But, you don't have to be everywhere. There are bad guys everywhere. Does that mean we should invade everywhere? No. It's our tax dollars. Meanwhile, our infrastructure gets a grade of D+. Flint, Michigan, among other places, doesn't even have clean water, and this is the conversation we're having. And the framework of the article is like, can't believe we're drawing down in Somalia. Bitch, people can't believe we're there in the first place. So out of touch, so disconnected, and this is why corporate media sucks, and this is why it's a good thing if they actually do it, but hold your horses, because they didn't do it in Afghanistan or Syria, so there's probably going to be a catch here as well, but the instinct of getting out is 100% correct. It's illegal that we're there in the first place.